A couple of years ago we put a longitudinal drain in here which runs the length of the site, but the problem here was that this stuff, which was very muddy and ash, didn't let the water get across to the longitudinal drain. What we did a couple of weeks ago, we removed a lot of very old, very poor quality ash and mud from this area and reballasted it with good quality 2-inch stone. But some of the levels weren't the best. So what we're doing now, we're with the jack, the gentleman, John's using the background, and we're viewing then the levels here to make sure that the track is horizontal. And then we pack with stone in underneath the sleepers. Now nowadays they use more sophisticated laser type systems, and in fact they have machinery that can drive up and down and measure the different height levels in the track and then compact them with special hydraulic hammers. But this is the classic way of doing it. So this whole section here was nearly 200 feet, which included the spaces between nearly 60 sleepers. The new ballast came from a local supplier and we brought it in ton bags. They check the levels. What they're doing now is putting clean stone in at the side of the sleepers. So the next phase then is we use a compactor machine to push the stone in underneath the sleepers. What we're doing now with this jackhammer is compacting the ballast in underneath the sleepers. We've got the levels right. Now we're getting the whole thing packed in such a way that when we take the jacks off, the whole thing will not sink back down again. And it'll give it a hard standing for the sleeper. We have a volunteer system here where people start off usually as a shunter and then a steam raiser, and eventually they become a fireman or a driver, and they can be volunteers who work their way up through the system. So we have several volunteers that can do those jobs. We got a very nice compliment from the crew that were on St. Patrick's Day after we'd finished this work, and they were very impressed with how much smoother the track was and less bumps in it. So that was a good feedback.